Xi Jinping in the Great Hall of the People. A statement sent out late Saturday evening by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, recalled that while in China, President Tinubu was warmly received by his host with 21 gun salute and a guard of honor was mounted for his inspection. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, state governors and some eminent leaders have urged Muslims to emulate the virtues of Prophet Muhammad. They also called for prayers for peace and unity in the country and empathy and compassion towards one another. The calls were made in celebration of Maulud Nabir, the birthday of Prophet Muhammad. The federal government declared today a public holiday to mark the celebration. He urged Muslims to use the period for deep reflection and remembrance of the exemplary conduct and notable teachings of the Prophet, and also pray for the country. In a similar vein, in the spirit of unity and celebration, Governor Abeokuta of Ogun State has extended heartfelt greetings to the Muslim community in commemoration of Eid al-Maulud, the birthday of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. Governor Abeokuta, in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Lekon Adeniro, said the significant occasion serves as a reminder of the values of love, compassion, and tolerance that are essential for harmonious living in a country as diverse as Nigeria. The governor expressed the hope that this celebration will inspire all citizens to embrace the principles of peace and understanding, fostering a culture of respect among various religious groups in the state. He emphasized that the strength of Ogun State lies in its diversity, urging citizens to come together to promote a peaceful coexistence that transcends religious boundaries. Governor Abeokuta also called on all religious leaders to play a vital role in promoting peaceful dialogue and understanding with their communities. He noted that the teachings of love and tolerance should guide the actions of all citizens, contributing a more harmonious society. The governor also urged Muslim faithful to continue praying for the success of his administration and that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, adding that concerted efforts are being made to make Nigeria a better place for all. Away from the Maulud Nabir celebration, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has said that it bought petrol from the Dangote refinery at 898 naira per litre. The NNPCL spokesman Femi Shoneye told reporters that 16.8 million litres of petrol have been lifted from the refinery. The NNPCL began loading the first batch of petrol from the Dangote refinery on Sunday. Last December, Dangote, Africa's leading industrialist, commenced operations at his $20 billion facility sited in Lagos with 350,000 barrels per day. The refinery, which was initially bugged by regulatory battles, hopes to achieve its full capacity of 650,000 barrels per day by the end of the year. The refinery has begun the supply of diesel and aviation fuel to marketers in the country, and now petrol. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has said that it will sell the petrol lifted from the Dangote refinery at a price above 1,000 naira per litre in the far north. The NNPC spokesperson Olufemi Shoneye disclosed this on Monday in a statement titled NNPC Limited releases estimated pump prices of PMS from Dangote refinery based on September 2024 pricing. Shoneye explained that the price may go for as high as 1,019 naira per litre in places like Borno State and 999 naira in Abuja, Sokoto, Kado, and others. In Oyo, Rivers, and other areas in the south, it will be for 960 naira per litre. The lowest price, according to an infographic released by the NNPC, is 950 naira in Lagos and its environs. Determined to keep training and retraining for effectiveness and efficiency in service delivery, the Ogun State government, through the Bureau of Establishments and Training, Office of the Head of Service, has concluded plans to organize a 2-day intensive training for selected information and public relations officers in the state public service. According to a release signed by the Permanent Secretary in the Bureau, Mrs. Lydia Fajombo, the training with the theme Upscaling Public Information Management through Strategic Public Relations will hold between Wednesday 18th to Thursday 19th September 2024 by 9 in the morning each day. The training will be declared open by the Ogun State Head of Service, Mr. Kende Onosoya. The venue of the training is the Obas Complex Okemoso Abeokuta, while all invited participants are to be seated by 8:30 in the morning. And in view of the Monday 16th of September 2024 public holiday declared by the federal government, the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, OGSEC, has extended the timeline for the conduct of party primaries for the upcoming local government elections. Given the initial tight schedule and concerns raised by political parties about the impact of the holiday, OGSEC has revised the deadline for primaries to Thursday 19th September 2024. Additionally, the collection period for personal data forms has been extended to Monday 23rd September 2024, providing parties with adequate time to complete the necessary formalities. A statement by Chairman of OGSEC, Babatunde Oshibodu, further states that the body has addressed requests from political parties regarding the nomination fees. A fee for chairmanship candidate has been reduced from 250,000 naira to 200,000 naira, while male councillorship candidates will now pay 100,000 naira, with that of female councillorship candidates reduced to 50,000 naira. The statement adds that despite these challenge changes, all other aspects of the election timetable remain unchanged. The Ogun State local government elections will proceed as scheduled on 16th November 2024. These adjustments are aimed at ensuring smoother preparations for the elections and promoting greater participation from all parties. A 4-week holiday coaching for junior and secondary school students in Ijebu North State Constituency 2, organized by the member representing the constituency at the Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Shegun Kaka, under the auspices of Prince Shegun Kaka PSK Foundation, in collaboration with Mind of Kindness MOK Development Initiative, has been concluded with a seminar for the participating students with a theme centered on the role of technology in shaping the future of education. The chairman of the foundation, Honorable Shegun Kaka, revealed that the program is aimed at improving student engagement with educational experience for overall academic success, with assurance that the foundation will continue to facilitate initiatives that will promote student through technological advancement. Kolawole Osho covered the event. Details of his report are presented in this package.
These are the participants of summer coaching class organized by a member representing Ijebu North State Constituency 2, Honorable Shegun Kaka, under the umbrella of Prince Shegun Kaka PSK Foundation in collaboration with Mind of Kindness MOK Development Initiative, which had 1,064 students of junior and senior secondary schools drawn from various schools of the constituency. According to the initiator of the program, Honorable Shegun Kaka, the foundation decided to round off the summer coaching class with the seminar, which has as its theme the future of work, the roles of technology in shaping the future of education, with a belief that the topic will enhance technological performance of participating students.
I could see that there is a lot of hidden talents, not necessarily in the area of academics. What is actually remaining now is to face the future.
A senior lecturer, Department of Earth Science, Faculty of Science, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Dr. Abdulganiu Mosuro, and space science educator, Kayode Adewale, who dwelled on the role of technology in shaping the future of education, say integrating technology in education prepare students for success in an increasingly digital world and enhancing their skill. Founder and Executive Director of MOK Development Initiative, Ambassador Musa Onosoya, and Director of Academics, PSK Foundation, Dr. Abdulrasheed Oladunjoye, posited that the program allowed learning retention and advancement, school skill development, teamwork, confidence and self-esteem, as well as building exposure of personal growth.
We take that upon ourselves to take the educational sector to another level by bringing youth, young people, the secondary school students on board, not only on academic aspect, on moral aspect.
We organize an extramural class after the holiday. Today we are calling them together to celebrate them, to award the diligent and outstanding students among those who attended the quotient classes.
The All Progressive Congress APC leader Tajuddin Oseni, who represented the party at the event, applauded the initiative of Honorable Kaka by engaging the youth during the holiday, encouraging students not to make use of their knowledge in technology for fraudulent acts, but for the advancement of the state and the nation at large.
It's a laudable program, a good initiative. We are preparing the children for the future, preparing them for a leadership role, and it's going to stand test of time.
The program, which commenced between 5th and 29th of August 2024 at Imoshosi and Itameri centers, was interesting according to the participants, while commending the organizers for the laudable initiative. Participating students who distinguished themselves in GS1 to GS3 and SS1 to SS3 during the program were accordingly awarded with cash prize.
A former general manager of Ogun State Television, Jare Dada, has ascribed all glory to Almighty God as he clocks 80 years in the land of the living. The Thanksgiving service took place at Freeman Methodist, the octogenarian. Margaret Okulola reports.
Teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. So says the Holy Book. And this aptly captures the roll call of dignitaries at the birthday Thanksgiving of a former general manager of the Ogun State Television, Sir Jare. Chapter 9, verse 31. The retired Archbishop of Lagos, Methodist Church, Nigeria, Most Reverend Luke Odubanjo, helps on the fear of the Lord being the source of strength.
The life of God will lead us to lead our own life amongst people to the glory of God and for
his holders and staffers of Ogun State Television, Ogtv, all flooded the venue to celebrate one of their own, Sir Jare Dada, and showered him with encomium for an impactful life.
He's a man of many parts. He's a broadcaster, a journalist, and an astute administrator. He has impacted so many lives.
He has his values, like every other person. And I believe that some of the values are some of the things that some of us have learned from him.
He was able to groom so many people. In his life, he has been so kind to many of us. We look at him as a big brother.
I learned hard work, perseverance, steadfastness from him.
Royal, the celebrant is a force to reckon with when it comes to value, change, and positive impact.
He's made a lot of impact in my town in Osasa, in form of unity, peace, and progress.
One thing I can add to it, he has been very purposeful.
Very dutiful. I knew him as a journalist, I knew him as a senior officer, I knew him as a general manager of Ogtv. So I know him so much.
He has been a very good father, very good husband, very caring to his family, immediate family and extended family.
Popularly referred to as Jarus or Mabenije, the birthday boy, Sir Jare Dada reveals that the grace of God has been his pillar all the way.
At 80, I feel life to this age.
Amidst loved ones, family, colleagues and contemporaries, Prayer sessions were held for the celebrant and his family. Margaret Okunlela, Ogtv News.
The decision of the federal government to widen the tax net and bring advocating patience and restraint as Nigerians continue to cope with the present economic crunch. In this report, Jesu Layomi Oluwabi gathered the opinions of financial experts who gave insights on the implications of the new policy. Our report.
Imposition of levies or other forms of payment, which is in form of taxes, is one of the ways by which government generates revenue to provide basic amenities for the citizens and meet up with different obligations. The issue of tax and its management has been a critical one in the country, and successive administrations in Nigeria have deployed several strategies to increase the number of people paying taxes to improve revenues and meet up with the various challenges in the provision of infrastructure and basic amenities. Some experts also explain why the government is pursuing this plan, and that it's better for government to look for those who are not in the tax net and bring them in.
If you don't consume that particular goods or anything or services, you are not vatable. Now, they now discover that the wealthy people, they have a number of goods and services that they normally enjoy. So instead of now saying that those people that are on the lower cadre, in respect of basic needs, like they now look into the various basic needs of the people and they bring it back. So that if you are consuming this, if you are doing this, you are doing this, it will be VAT exempted. But if you are consuming something that is not basic, they now increase the tax. And that is why people are now saying they want to increase the tax from 7.5% to 10%. It's not going to be immediate until they now consolidate those ones.
You know, widening the tax net is about taking more people into the government tax net. That means tax system. Instead of a government to increase the tax rates, better for them to look for those who are not inside the tax net, bring them in and tax appropriately.
An analyst also suggests that widening the tax net alone may not solve the country's economic challenges.
Widening the tax drag net is not the only way out of our economic crisis. I think we need to proactively begin to think of ways by which we can shore up our internally generated revenue.
Widening the tax net during an economic crisis can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can boost government revenue, and on the other hand, it may be a strain on those struggling with economic challenges. Meanwhile, striking the right balance is key to ensuring that the tax system supports economic recovery without overwhelming citizens. Layomi Oluwabi, Ogtv News.
The Nigerian Correctional Service has declared 281 inmates missing in the Medium Correctional Center in Maiduguri after the evacuation of inmates by officers of the service with support from sister security agencies. A statement by the service spokesman Abubakar Umar said the flood brought down the walls of the correctional facility, including the Medium Security Correctional Center, as well as the staff quarters in the city. The statement added that upon the evacuation of inmates by officers of the service, they were taken to a safe facility. He said a total of 7 inmates have been recaptured and returned to custody, while efforts are on to capture them and bring the rest to custody. Days after Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, was hit with its worst flood in decades, many parts of the city remain underwater. The flood affected more than 1 million people and left over 30 people dead. And to the foreign scene now, Donald Trump's campaign reported that there had been gunshots in his vicinity, but added that the Republican presidential candidate was safe. Trump had been golfing at his course in West Palm Beach, Florida, not far from his Mar-a-Lago residence, during a day away from the presidential campaign, multiple media reports said. The shooting took place on the grounds of the golf course, and a person of interest has been detained along with a weapon. The New York Times reported, citing local law enforcement officials, Trump had been accompanied at the time by Secret Service protective detail as is standard practice when shots were fired. A weapon, reportedly an AK-47 style rifle, was recovered, according to reports. And now to the world of sport, of medals at the ongoing National Youth Games as they increase their medal haul at the ongoing event in Asaba, Delta State. Emmanuel Dasaulu has details.
The National Youth Games gets to its midpoint. Team Ogun athletes have continued their hunt for more medals. Adeola Adeniji, who formed a new rivalry with his Ondo State counterpart in 100-meter boys event, eventually settled for a silver medal.
I'm really pained because it was not what I was even expecting. Like, it was really painful, so I just managed.
The story was, however, different in the 100-meter girls event as Rebecca Enilolubo could not make a podium finish. Anoluapo picked bronze in the 1,500-meter event. In other sports, national record holder Onobi Yatonoke and Ido Tolulope won gold in the mixed 10-meter air rifle shooting, while Adams Makarim and Okewo Timileyin picked bronze medals in eclectic golf and deaf sport, respectively. More medals are still expected as the